Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon, classmates. We are the group 4, and this is our report. The topics assigned: letter of request will be discussed by me, short report will be discussed by Kirk C, progress report will be discussed by Vincent Tamayo, incident report will be discussed by Javier, and last, project proposal will be discussed by Javier and Tamayo. In this topic, we will learn what is the connection of handwritten and communication, and also learn the proper way of making a letter. And now, before we are going to discuss the first topic, let's define first what is written communication. Written communication is the act of writing, typing, or printing symbols like letters and numbers to convey information. It is helpful because it provides a record of information for reference. Writing is commonly used to share information through books, pamphlets, blogs, letters, memos, and more. The most common type of written communication is a letter. A letter is a form of non-fictional written, typed, or printed communication. These are usually written to facilitate communication between two individuals and are usually sent to the recipient via mail or post in an envelope. This is an example of our request letter. And now, let's discuss the assigned topic, request letter. Request letter. Request letter is a letter which is written when you need certain information, permission, favor, service, or any other matter which requires a polite and humble request. The letter should have your name, position, title, address, and contact information. The letter should address the recipient clearly and properly. Stay polite and to the point. And next is how to write a request letter. You start the email or letter by clarifying what you are expounding on the point or subject and what the email's motivation is. At that point in the following segment, you ask them the inquiries or solicitations. Lastly, in the last segment, you finish the email by saying when you require the data or things by express gratitude toward them ahead of time for doing what you've inquired. The next is request letter format. The first is date. This part is when did you write the letter. Next is recipient name, designation and address. Next is subject. This part is when you put the title of your letter. Salutation, dear sir or ma'am, Mr. or Mrs. or Miss. Body of the letter, the information of the letter. Gratitude, closing the letter, yours sincerely, your name and signature. And next, steps on writing a letter. The first one is collect information relating to your request. Start by gathering the information to include in your request letter. For example, you need to know the recipient's name and professional title to address them appropriately. Research the information you need so that you can present a detailed letter that encourages the recipient to grant your request or respond thoughtfully. The next is create an outline. Next, prepare the outline that explains what each paragraph in your request letter would contain. An outline is a well-structured document that highlights the key points you want to communicate to a reader. Having an outline helps you organize your thoughts as you write. For example, an outline can help you group related details of your request instead of having them in different paragraphs. Next is introduce yourself. In the opening paragraph, introduce yourself to the recipients. By doing this, helps to establish an early connection and encourages them to continue reading. If you previously interacted with the letter recipients, the first paragraph is also a good place to remind them of your professional relationship. For example, you may start by saying, I'm the co-founder of Alberta Charity Fund, an organization you donated generously to last year. Next is Make your request. Summarize the specific purpose for writing the letter. Use simple words when stating your request to make it clear and easy for the reader to understand your purpose. Keep this part of your letter succinct. Number 5. Explain the reason for the request. Describe what you hope to achieve if the recipient grants your request. For example, if you're writing a training request letter, you can explain how taking part in a training program would help improve your skill set. Use this paragraph to also explain the request importance. As an example, engaging in a training program may help you address the gap in your professional skills compared to others at your company. Next is offer to provide additional information. Paragraph offer to provide more details that may help the recipient make a decision. As an example, suppose you applied for a scholarship that requires an endorsement letter from your manager. In that case, you may need to provide links to the scholarship website and information about the organizers. Also explain any time constraints you have. For example, if you're requesting to meet someone before the certain date, emphasize why you'd appreciate a timely response. 7. Show your gratitude and conclude the letter. And finally, express your appreciation to the recipient for reviewing and considering your request. You can use an expression such as, "Thank you for considering my request. I look forward to hearing from you," and with a professional closing such as "sincerely" or "regards." And last, let's go to the types of request letter. The first is formal letter. This letter follow a certain pattern and formality. They are strictly kept professional in nature and directly addresses the issues concerned. Any type of business letter or letter to authorities falls within this given category. Next is informal letter. These are personal letters. They need to follow any set pattern or adhere to any formalities. They contain personal information or are written conversation. Informal letters are generally written to friends, acquaintances, relatives, etc. The next is business letter. This letter is written among business correspondents, generally contains commercial information such as quotations, orders, complaints, claims, letter for collections, etc. Such letters are always strictly formal and follow a structure and pattern of formalities. The next is official letter. This type of letter is written to inform offices, branches, subordinates of official information. It usually relays official information like rules, regulations, procedures, events, or any other such information. Official letters are also formal in nature and follow certain structure and decorum. The next is social letter. A personal letter written on the occasion of a special event is known as a social letter. Congratulatory letter, condolence letter, invitation letter, etc. are all social letters. Next is circular letter. A letter that announces information to a large number of people is a circular letter. The same letter is circulated to a large group of people to correspond some important information like a change of address, change in management, the retirement of a partner, etc. Next is employment letters. Any letters with respect the employment process like joining letter, promotion letter, application letter, etc. Thank you.
Good day everyone. My name is Kirk Eman RC from ASM. Today I'm going to present the different types of short reports. Let's begin. Short reports. A short report, also known as an informal or semi-formal report, is an organized presentation of relevant data on any topic. It may indicate that work is being completed, schedules are being met, cost has been contained, sales projections are being met, and expected problems had been solved. And these are the different types of short reports. The 6 most common types of short reports are periodic reports. Provide readers with information at regularly scheduled intervals. Sales reports. Provide businesses with financial and managerial information. Progress reports. Inform readers about the status of ongoing projects. Trip travel reports. Document business trip and how they affect ongoing or future businesses. Test reports. Record the results of tests. Incident reports. Outline unexpected events that interfere or threaten normal, safe business operation. And these are the different use of short reports. First is periodic reports. Periodic reports could also be daily, weekly, bi-monthly, monthly, or quarterly. They assist an organization or agency to stay track of the amount or quality of the services it provides and also the amount of kinds of work done by workers. Periodic report is to disclose material updates on the company's business operation. Second is sales report. Sales report serves 2 functions, financial and managerial. Like financial records, they list unit costs, special discounts or discounts, and subtotals and grand totals. As managerial tools, they help companies make both short-term and long-term plans. Sales report is for summarizing a business sales activity. Third is progress reports. Progress reports are intended for persons who do not work with you but need to know your activities. It consists of 3 parts. The first is introduction. Indicates why you are writing the report. Second is body. It provides significant details about cost, materials, personnel, and time for the major stages of the project. And lastly, the conclusion. Give a timetable for the completion of duty or submission of the next progress report. Progress report will explain in detail how much progress you have made towards the completion of your ongoing project. Next is travel trip report. Travel trip reports could also be field trips report, site inspection report, or home health or social visits. Writing travel trip reports are going to be easier and your report will be better if, before you leave, you obtain contact information, do background research, gather necessary documents, bring essential supplies, locate a map or get location, organize appointments, and obtain permits if necessary. During your trip, you meet contact people, collect important documents, and pay attention to matters you could not have noticed before. When you return, you write report promptly. Detail where you stayed, how long, exclude irrelevant details, and double-check names and figure. The purpose of travel report is to justify the purpose of the trip and the money that you spent, because trip reports provide proof of expenses. It is imperative that they are accurate and provide a clear explanation of the trip. Next is test reports. Readers expect reviews to be objective and accurate. They want evidence, not feelings, and precise measurement. In addition, test reports must contain the following information: why you performed the test, how you performed the test, what the outcomes were, and lastly, what implication or recommendation follow from your test. Test report is to help stakeholders, product manager, analyst, testing team, and developers understand product quality and decide whether a product, feature, or a defect resolution is on track for release. And lastly, incident reports. Incident reports must include identifying details, the nature of the incident, the time and place of the incident, a description of what happened, an indication of what was done after the incident, and recommendations. Because incident reports can be used as official legal records, inside your incident report must submit your report promptly, interview eyewitnesses, be accurate, objective, and complete. Provide facts, not opinions. Do not exceed your professional responsibilities. An incident report is a tool that documents any event that may or may not cause injury to a person or damage to a company's asset. It is used to capture injury, accident, near misses, property and equipment damage, health and safety issues, security breaches, and misconduct in the workplace. And that's all for the short report presentation. That's all. And these are the different use of short reports. First is periodic reports. Periodic reports could also be daily, weekly, bi-monthly, monthly, or quarterly. They assist an organization or agency to stay track of the amount or quality of the services it provides and also the amount of kinds of work done by workers. Periodic report is to disclose material updates on the company's business operation. Second is sales report. Sales report serves two functions: financial and managerial. Like financial records, they list unit costs, special discounts or discounts, and subtotals and grand totals. As managerial tools, they help companies make both short-term and long-term plans. Sales report is for summarizing a business sales activity. Third is progress reports. Progress reports are intended for persons who do not work with you but need to know your activities. It consists of three parts. The first is introduction. Indicates why you are writing the report. Second is body. It provides significant details about cost, materials, personnel, and time for the major stages of the project. And lastly, the conclusion. Give a timetable for the completion of duty or submission of the next progress report. Progress report will explain in detail how much progress you have made towards the completion of your ongoing project. Next is travel trip report. Travel trip reports could also be field trips report, site inspection report, or home health or social visits. Writing travel trip reports are going to be easier and your report will be better if, before you leave, you obtain contact information, do background research, gather necessary documents, bring essential supplies, locate a map or get location, organize appointments, and obtain permits if necessary. During your trip, you meet contact people, collect important documents, and pay attention to matters you could not have noticed before. When you return, you write report promptly. Detail where you stayed, how long, exclude irrelevant details, and double-check names and figure. The purpose of travel report is to justify the purpose of the trip and the money that you spent, because reports provide proof of expenses. It is imperative that they are accurate and provide a clear explanation of the trip. Next is test reports. Readers expect reviews to be objective and accurate. They want evidence, not feelings, and precise measurement. In addition, test reports must contain the following information: why you performed the test, how you performed the test, what the outcomes were, and lastly, what implication or recommendation follow from your test. Test report is to help stakeholders, product manager, analyst, testing team, and developers understand product quality and decide whether a product, feature, or a defect resolution is on track for release.
What is an incident report? An incident report formally documents workplace accidents, events, or near misses. These reports are crucial for capturing the details of the events that occur in situations like damage to company property, personal injury, health and safety issues, security breaches, or personal misconduct. Companies should file incident reports because they give clear documentation of any incident that happened to occur in the workplace. Next, what is the purpose of incident reporting? Incident reporting is designed to provide a formal and written documentation to describe the causes of workplace accidents and incidents. The reports should detail actions taken at present to address the incident. The reports can serve as frameworks for preventing similar incidents from occurring in the future. Four common types of incident reports. First is workplace. Workplace incident reports details physical events that happens at work and affect an employee's productivity. These incidents can include injuries and near misses, as well as other accidents that negatively impact the employee and the company. Workplace reports also allow to an employee to voice concerns regarding safety, security, and conduct. Second, accident or first aid. Accident or first aid reports are unique in that they can be filed by law enforcement and safety officers as well as by members within an organization. First aid reports are used to document accidents that result in injury. Third is safety and security. Safety and security reports document theft, loss, and other security breaches that occur on a property, and typically a company's security team will file the safety and security report. The breaches included in these types of reports that can be physically, like a break-in or thief, but they can also cover cybercrime and database breaches. Fourth is exposure incident report. Exposure incidents include situations where an eye, mouth, mucous membrane, or non-intact skin makes contact with blood or other potentially infectious material. A formal report must be filed when an exposure incident occurs, and the employer must refer the exposed employee to a licensed healthcare professional.
Progress report is a document that shows the progress that your team is making towards completing a project. Progress reports give an overview or either a supervisor, a manager, a team leader, colleague, or client on the status of the project, example, construction or repair or of something, the milestone achieved, responsibility of each employee or team member, the issues faced by your team members, example, problem encountered or challenge while doing the project, and other important factors that affect project completion. This report is an essential project management mechanism to prevent issues before they happen, to ensure that the project will be finished on time, and to keep those involved informed of the project progress. Why is a progress report is important? The importance of progress reports lies beyond keeping track and managing your different projects happening smoothly simultaneously. Progress report also provide valuable insight on how your team can finish project more effectively. The insight can be fed into knowledge base which contain best practice on how to manage and execute future projects. Purpose of a progress report. The main function of uh, progress report is persuasive and reassure clients and supervisor that you are making progress, that the project is going smoothly, and that it will be complete by the expected date, or to give reason why any of those might not be the case. They also offer the opportunity to us a, give you a chance to discuss the problem in the project in those the former to recipients. Format of a progress report. Depending on the size of the progress report, the length and the importance of the project, and the recipients, a progress report can take forms ranging from short informal conversation to a detailed multi-page report. Most commonly, progress report is delivered in the following forms: memo, memo, a short semi-formal report to someone within your organization, can range in length from 1 to 4 pages. Letter, a short semi-formal report sent to someone outside your organization. Formal report, a long formal report sent to someone within outside of your organization. Presentation, an oral presentation giving directly to the target audience.
What is a project proposal? A project proposal is a written document outlining everything stakeholders should know about a project, including the timeline, budget, objectives, and goals. Your project proposal should summarize your project details and sell your idea so stakeholders feel inclined to get involved in the initiative. The goal of your project proposal is to secure external funding, allocate company resources to your project, gain stakeholder buy-in, build momentum and excitement.
Now let's talk about what are the different types of business proposal. There are 6 different types of business proposal. First, formally solicited. Second, informally solicited. Third, unsolicited. Fourth, continuation. Fifth, renewal. Sixth, supplemental. First, Formally solicited. In most cases, this will be easiest type of proposal to write as the potential client or customer will specify that they're looking for, and in some cases, they will even outline that what they want the proposal to cover. Second, informally solicited proposal. Typically, you will write this proposal when a client or customer is interested in what you got to offer and ask for a proposal. And since the client doesn't specify their needs, you will have to do more research on your part to analyze the client and understand what they're looking for. Third, unsolicited proposal. This one is the hardest proposal types of to write. You will to have to do plenty of research upfront and be very convincing in how present your project proposal ideas. Fourth, continuation proposal. This proposal is providing an update on the project and asking for approval to carry on with the project. This proposal are this easiest to write unless the client wants major change moving forward. Fifth, renewal proposal. When it comes to renewal proposal, remember to provide convincing proof why it's beneficial to continue with the project. Six, supplemental proposal. Provide reason and justify why those resources are needed and create an update estimate of what the project will take to complete.